Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. Today we are going to do a kind of like a beginner's guide to Spiritus. I know Spiritus is going to be new for all of us right now at the time I'm recording this. Spiritus Brothers just dropped. So this is going to be kind of a two-part. It's going to be just an overall guide to Spiritus and how it works and how to operate it. And then there'll be some specifics particular to the Odin fight in terms of, or not Odin, sorry, Brothers, in terms of how to most efficiently get the points and get the missions done. So that's basically what we're going to do here. We're just going to overview the whole thing, talk about how to get the missions done and all of that. So essentially what this is a place where you can raise your Brothers summon up from level 40 to 50. Now, Brothers does not have to be at level 40 to enter the Spiritus. What will happen is these first couple of fights in here will be lower difficulty, and you can farm materials to raise your Brothers up to 40 from there. Then once you get your Brothers to 40, you'll be able to go all the way through here and finish all the fights. So basically the first thing you'll want to do is just go through all the fights. So you have these two easier fights in the front. This third fight is the Chaos fight. This is basically what we'd call the grind fight. This is where you're going to be grinding out to get rewards. Now, basically what's going to happen here is there's going to be 20 missions that you can complete, but you don't have to do all of them. Your goal is, out of all the missions I talk about in this video, you just want to complete 10 of them at a bare minimum. The first 10 missions will give you keys to unlock the chest, which gets you all of the good rewards. And then you also get the materials to awaken your Brothers up to level 50. So really just whatever 10 missions you can complete here is what you want to do, which is nice because it's balanced. Because if you're like not a veteran player, you don't have a huge roster, there's a more grindable quests you can do to try to get the 10. Whereas if you're more of a veteran player, you can do the harder quests and get the 10 a lot quicker, depending on what you want to do. If you do decide to do all 20 missions, however, you do get 3 additional tickets for each of those additional missions, so it's basically 30 extra tickets. Now, for the grind, for some people, that might not be worth it. That's totally up to you if you want to do that or not. I have completed all of them, just because I'm a completionist, and I'll take 30 free tickets if I can get it, right? So, the Chaos fight here is the first one that we need to mention. What's going to happen here is if I click on points in the upper right, there is a grid, and basically this works like the older summon boards, where basically you want to grind with certain characters to get points. Now the way it worked on the previous summon board, the level 40 boards, is that you would have like synergy characters, and there was like 6 you could choose from, and you just wanted to grind it with any of those 6 characters in your party, and you would just grind and grind and grind until you got the points, right? They do this one a little bit different, where they're not picking out specific characters necessarily. Well, they still have synergy characters, right? But on top of that, they want you to use certain crystal colors, certain weapon types, and certain games that the characters are from, right? So you see here we have a 9x9 grid. The top row is 3 crystal colors. So for Brothers, they specifically want red, yellow, and white crystal users. For the weapons, they want sword, fist, and unique weapon. And then for the games, they want 6, 7, or type 0. Now, you don't have to try to like do this all at once, but what happens is if you use characters that fit into any of those categories, it'll start to grind up points for those categories. Now to get points, there's a few ways you can get it. Books do not increase your points, but synergy will increase your points. So notice on my Tifa, she has like a blue glowing aura around her. So that means she's got synergy, so she's going to earn more points than the other characters. Tifa will only earn bonus synergy points for the category she fits on. So she is a yellow crystal, she is fist, and she is Final Fantasy 7. So for those 3 tiles, she herself will get boosted points. Okay, Kurasame and Realm are not boosted. They'll still earn points, it just won't be as much, right? If you want to unlock all 9 grids with one team, this is the team you have to do it with. It would be Tifa, Kurasame, and Realm. Now this is going to be a slower run because Kurasame and Realm aren't earning as many points. It takes longer to get there. So you could opt to do different team builds and just switch your team up and use only synergy characters. That's probably going to be the most efficient way to do it if you want to get it done. The other thing is like if you're working on it and it gets really lopsided, like you got everything else done and all of a sudden it's like, oh, my Final Fantasy 6, I don't have many points into that. You can basically build up extra characters from that category. So if I went in here with like 3 Final Fantasy 6 characters, I would get a ×3 bonus on the Final Fantasy 6. So you'll see right here, like Tifa's providing a ×2 bonus. That's because she's synergy, but you can also add on bonuses by layering more than one character on the same thing. So let's just do a little test here. Let me just do a full Final Fantasy VII squad here really quick. Okay, and then I'll go back in, and you can put up team comps, and there's little icons on here that says like which categories you're getting and things, right? So you can see there on the at the top on the yellow crystal, now I'm getting a ×3 boost because I have multiple characters. I have a ×2 character and a ×1 character on there, right? And then on Final Fantasy VII, you see I have a ×4 boost because Tifa counts as 2 because she's synergy, and then Kadaj and Shell count as 1 apiece. So you can see there, we're getting multiplicative here. I don't know, there's no way I can like zoom in on it, but you see that very bottom square, it's got like a teal ×4 on it underneath the clear. So you can basically like divvy up and put a lot of characters on certain spots. Obviously, what I think you all should do is if you just go into your party slot and you sort by like EXP ×2. So I have a different like sorting on right now. But if I did like sort by and I did EXP ×2, it would show you your synergy characters on the top. So like right now it's just showing Tifa, but I have a certain sorting that I want to show you guys for later on. But all the characters that are glowing blue like Tifa is, they all naturally just get a ×2 themselves. So let's say you put 2 characters that were synergy on like Fist. So if you did like 2 Fist characters that happen to be synergy, you'd get ×4 for just those 2 characters, right? So that's basically it. This mission, you just grind it over and over. Whatever way you feel necessary, you just get that grid grinded out. And each grid square is a mission. So there's 9 missions there alone. So just by doing that grid, like this is the one that like the newer player could get done because the chaos fight isn't crazy hard. You just have to grind it a lot. So if you get that full grid down, that's already 9 of your 10 missions. So then you don't have to do one more. So that's actually really easy, right? It's just grinding. Now, if you don't want to do the grind, you can get 10 missions elsewhere, which will be a lot faster, right? So you do that mission, and then you go ahead here and you got a Lufenia fight. So for beating the Lufenia fight, so actually if I go into the mission tab here, actually just for beating the chaos fight, so the one that has the grid on it, you actually get one for that too. So just doing the grids alone, you actually are going to get 10. Because just beating the fight once counts as a mission. So the grids alone is 10 missions, so that's just one way you can get all 10 missions done. Now beating the Lufenia is another mission, so that's this right here. So if you just beat the Lufenia, that'll be another mission. And then basically the other 9 missions are all just locked into this Spiritus fight. So Spiritus fight is a more challenging fight, and this is why like if you're a veteran player, you can crank out these missions like crazy. So if we look at the Spiritus missions here, all you have to do is basically you earn a grade on the mission based on how well you do. If you are used to doing like Shinryu fights or Lufenia fights, basically getting like the perfect clear on it is going to get you an S rank on it. You can look in the mission, it tells you exactly what you need for each ranking, but as long as you do what you normally do to beat a Shinryu, you're probably going to get an S on it, okay? So basically just by beating it on S, you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, you're getting 5 missions just for beating it on S, right? Then, as long as your party uses one of the crystal colors specified on the grid, one of the weapon types on the grid, or the games that are listed on the grid, you'll get missions for each one. So some people are confused by this. So just as an example, it says clear in Spiritus difficulty with only red, yellow, or white allies. The key here is it says or it's implying that it's or that. So some people did this and thought you had to have all 3 crystal colors, or I'd have to have all 3 weapon types. That's not true. It's just you can't include other colors, crystals besides the ones listed. Same with the weapons. As long as you only use sword, fist, or unique weapons, you'll get that no matter what you have. So if you did 3 fist characters, you'd get that mission. If you did 2 swords and a fist, you get the mission. 3 uniques, you get the mission. So I think you guys get the idea. That works. Same with the 6, 7, and 0 requirement. You only use characters from those 3 games, you're fine. So you technically could beat the Spiritus mission once and get all of it. So literally, if you want your rewards like really fast, you could do that. So this is why I have my team set up weird here, or my sorting. So basically what I went and did here is I went into my sorting, right, into my filter, and I said I only want to see characters from type 0, 6, and 7. I only want to see characters that are fist, swords, and unique, and I only want to see characters that are red, white, and yellow. So if I sort by all those conditions, there's actually a pool here. At the time I'm recording this, there's a pool of 10 characters that, as long as your team only consists of characters from this pool, you'll get all the Spiritus missions done at once. It might take a little bit longer depending on the team build that you do, but the other option is just you could have fun with it and do multiple runs, and you don't have to like stress over it, right? Tifa, I think everybody would agree, like she's the best character to use. But if I'm looking at this, I mean, I think Gao is a very, like, he's a more recent option. I think Realm's really solid. I've seen people do clears with Rude. Queen can be decent because she's got healing. Kadaj, I think, is actually a super solid character. And once again, Tifa's really going to carry the damage in the fight anyways. So, I mean, if you just brought, like, Gao and Realm, I feel like that would be, like, a super solid team. Let Tifa carry the damage. Gao's going to give you counters. He's going to keep you healed. Realm, she's going to be hitting those, you know, those Fat Brothers attacks because she basically attacks with the summon, which is really, really nice. And then she can manipulate and steal turns and just help with turn count. So, yeah, that's if you want to get it all done in one shot. You do it with that pool of characters, right? And so this would go moving forward to other Spiritus fights. So if you're watching this as like a beginner's guide and there's a different Spiritus out, just look. There's going to be a total of like 9 requirements, right? 3 crystals, 3 weapons, 3 games. As long as on the Spiritus mission, you're only using characters that fit within that realm of those 9 topics or whatever, you filter your thing, you can get it all done at once if you want to, right? So then what'll happen is once you clear 10 missions, there will be like locked treasure nodes out here. You just click on them, you unlock them. Through the treasure nodes, you're getting 40,000 gems, 400 tickets, and then a bunch of something else. I don't remember, whatever the third thing is. But the main things that I look at are the gems and the tickets, right? But yeah, you get a bunch of rewards in there. Maybe it was Gil or something, I don't remember. You get something else in there too. But yeah, the gems and the tickets are what I'm after. So you get all your rewards there, and then once again with those missions, they're going to give you I keep saying Odin, the brothers upgrade materials, and then you're like good to go, right? So anyways, guys, I think that's basically it. So that's the general idea of like what you're doing in Spiritus. So just to recap, right? Like the main thing is get a minimum of 10 missions done. You can do all 20 if you want to. You're going to get 30 extra tickets if you do all 20. I would say your 2 best options are this. Either you can't handle that Spiritus fight, you're maybe a newer player, you hop in here, and you just grind on this grid until you get all those grids maxed out to 30 points. If you do that, bam, 10 missions done, okay? If you don't want to sit and do the grind, then you basically complete everything, hop into this Spiritus fight, get an S rank using those specific categories, whatever, and you're going to be good to go. So anyways, guys, I hope this guide helps for Spiritus. If you have any questions or if there's something like I didn't catch or that I forgot to mention it in the comments down below. I have a Discord if y'all want help with the game. My Discord is posted in the description of all my videos. So anyways, thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.